We are back better than ever. Hi, guys.
Hi, everybody.
We have April and
Hey.
Grace and Chad tonight. Bridget is on a family trip camping, having fun, and it's later in the evening than we normally do these, but we are troopers and we're all here and ready to have some fun and talk about some recent stuff. So, welcome back. Thanks for joining the Manhattan Tri Club. How you guys doing tonight?
Good. Tired. Hopping from
Same.
sport to sport, but good.
Yeah, weather's been hot. It's
Yes.
We'll talk about that for sure because last week was the week of 4th of July. It was unbelievable, and it's a good time to get some heat training in there for your races this fall
Mhm.
for sure.
Yeah, I was hoping you would catch me, Chad. I keep trying to make everybody train for Cocodona 250. Did you see my chat, my post? It was like
I did.
Grace saw it. I was waiting for somebody to comment on it.
Yeah. It's like,
I was
no.
like, I posted my Strava workout and then added like the heat map to it or whatever, the weather thing or whatever image to it. And then I was like, heat training for Cocodona 250.
Yeah, I hit the ignore button on that,
That sounds
not
about
the
right.
Yes,
thumbs
That
we
up.
sounds
are
about
not
They
following
didn't
you.
give me. I didn't get the thumbs down option, so I hit ignore. I'm kidding. So yeah, we got some cool stuff to talk about. We can jump right in. Can I kind of talk about the big stuff first? I'd like to just talk about
Yeah.
Challenge Roth for all the try nerds like me.
Yeah. Do it.
So Challenge Roth is an amazing. They call it the grandfather of triathlon. It's in Roth, Germany, Bavaria, and it's like a destination race for people. I think they only take 3,000 entrants per year. It's spectated by over 300,000 people. It's just insane. The finish line is it in my opinion, cooler than an Ironman finish line, and it's an iron distance race, so 140.6 miles. A cool little channel swim. It's an out and back in the channel. I don't think there's current in the channel or very little current. It looked to be pretty shallow, and they had some amazing times. So the winning women's swim time was 52 minutes for the 2.4 mile swim. Crazy fast.
Oh,
dang.
yeah.
Sam Laidlow, who won the men's race, 46, almost 47 minutes for a 2.5 mile swim. So these guys are flying, but really cool race. The energy is amazing. It's on my bucket list of destination races. You got to get on a wait list, and it's a lottery to get in. And you guys know Mark Higgins. Mark's wife Kelly raced Challenge Roth last year. She got in on a lottery entry. I think it was a lottery entry, and she did it. And the video feed popped up on Facebook the other day of her crossing the finish line. And it was
Mm.
cool because they let her kids, for the age groupers, her kids jumped out and they crossed the finish line with her. So it was really cool.
Awesome.
That's so cute.
But, and Mark was there. I was texting with Mark while he was racing. I guess she had a really good time. I don't know what her time was, but it's cool to know somebody that's done that race. And Kelly's part of our tri club. She always gives us thumbs ups and likes and that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, some of the stats, the men's iron distance world record was set by Sam Laidlow. He did the whole race in 7 hours and 21 minutes.
Amazing.
He was second out of the water. He was second on the bike, and he was fifth on the run. So he didn't win any one of the three disciplines, but he won the race. And then Christian Blumenfeld was second. He was 7 hours and 26 minutes. He got hammered on the swim. They crushed him on the swim by like 5 minutes, and then they beat him really pretty bad on the bike. The other pros were kind of working against him because he's the guy to beat. But on the women's side, Alana Siffert, young lady, I think she's 25. She was third on the swim, came out of the water in 52 minutes. She was first on the bike, first on the run. So once she got out of the water, she passed Lucy Charles, who was first out of the water. She passed her pretty early on, never looked back. And Lucy's deficit kept growing and growing, and she ended up like a 7 minute deficit. But one of the interesting things I noticed, the pros always race start to finish in their tri kits. Lucy Charles went at T2, went into a porta john and did a full change. She changed out of her tri kit into like a track kit, women's running crop top and the tight runners, women's shorts, and did that full change. And I think that cost her probably 2 or 3 minutes. Still, by the numbers, wouldn't have been able to surpass Alanis, but interesting choice. And the commentators were pretty vocal about like, did something go wrong? Is she sick? Did she have to whatever? So who knows? I haven't heard or read any of the articles to know, but
Did she poop her pants?
well, if she's like us, she probably did, but I'm thinking
I
probably
did not
not.
poop my pants.
There's a first for everything, Grace. There's a first for everything.
A couple other kind of interesting things about the race. The air temp was 66 degrees, water temp was 77. So it was a non-wetsuit
What the
swim.
heck?
Yeah,
That's hot.
it was hot. Yeah. Sam Laidlow, he's a beast. He's won the world championship. He's now got the iron distance world record. He's an amazing athlete. He's an excellent biker. He's a really good swimmer, and he's a better than average runner. But in those orders, those are his strengths. And he blew up about mile 15, and Blumenfeld's deficit was 12 minutes getting on the bike. So, or getting on the off the bike onto the run. He was 12 minutes behind Sam Laidlow. He finished 5.5 minutes behind him. So he closed that distance. He was running some insane like 5:05 minute mile for the first 15 miles, and Laidlow almost blew it up, but then he recovered, and it's amazing to watch how these guys fuel and how they recover. But he did it, and so that was it. I just thought it was a really cool race. If you get a chance to look at some of the highlights, check that finish line out for you guys. I can send you some links to it, but really cool race. I've signed us up for the lottery for next year, so we'll see if we all get in.
God.
Thanks. But do they know we come as a
Yeah.
package deal? Like if they let one
Right.
in, it's all.
Right. All or nothing.
Right. So yeah, for me, it was really cool. Most people don't want to sit and watch 7 hours of a triathlon, but I'm fascinated by some of the strategy. And you watch these guys swim and how they draft and they take turns. They draft just like on a bike, and they take turns pulling. And they were doing a pace line for a little bit, and just I find that kind of stuff fascinating. On the bike, they can't do the drafting, but there's strategy involved, and it just I it's kind of what I enjoy. So I thought I'd share a little bit of that with you guys.
Yeah. Thanks.
And sadly for me, Lucy, my favorite female athlete, didn't win, but
Next
she'll be back.
time.
She'll be back.
She'll be back.
Yes.
She'll be back.
So April wanted to talk to Grace. You have
Yes.
some questions for Grace that I think we need answers on.
Yeah. Let me hear them.
I do. So Grace and I were talking last week about how we were feeling because she's a trooper after she finished Ironman Rockford, that she's still helping me train and coming out for runs and stuff. So we were chatting the other day about how she feels detraining from Rockford. And I just thought it was super interesting the things that your body goes through when you stop like the hard training. So Grace, tell us how you've been feeling.
So I have been having a really hard time sleeping since I stopped training so much. I can't fall asleep at night. I'm up in the middle of the night. And before, when I was actually towards the end of training, sleeping awesome. I'd go to bed, I'd fall right to sleep. I'd sleep hard through the night. I always would get up once or twice in the middle of the night to use the bathroom anyway, but immediately fall back to sleep. Now I'm waking up 4 a.m., not falling asleep till 5:30, up at 6. Like, it's been really, really bad. What else did I tell you about detraining? Do you remember?
How are your energy levels?
I don't think my energy levels they're not better and they're not worse. They're probably about the same. I really, unlike April and Chad, I don't go from big race to bigger race. I go from big race to nothing. Not nothing, but I take a full, like after Rockford, I took a full week off and did nothing. And then when I restart at a much more moderate pace. I will help April, but I will only help moderately. My run, April will have a 2-hour run, and I'll be like, all right, I'll meet you for an hour of that. So I'm doing things moderately right now, and I will continue to. I like to have my summers be more easy. And I'm going to focus on parts that I found most challenging for me this summer, fall, to try to get better at that. So then when it comes back around to training time, which is usually the beginning of a new year, I can focus on everything together again. But energy wise, I think I'm okay energy wise. But
Yeah.
sleep is a struggle. And when you struggle sleeping, then I guess you have less energy in the day. And I always tend to take a afternoon nap regardless of if I'm training or not. I take like a 30-minute snooze.
Nice. I
Yeah.
want a 30-minute nap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every hour
Right?
is what I feel like.
How about you guys now that your training's picked up? Chad, maybe not yet because you'll talk
Yeah.
about your soon, but April, what about you now that your training's picked up? How is your sleep? How is your energy?
Well, I've been trying really hard not to nap because I don't want to mess up my sleep schedule. And sometimes I do have to nap. But what was the question? Clearly my brain isn't functioning during this training. Like I
How
can't
is your
have it both
energy
ways. Oh,
level
my energy level. So
and your sleep?
I feel like I do better with my energy level when I just like bounce from one thing to the next. So, like, a full day for me feels better than not having anything to do because then I just kind of, it's kind of like that, something in motion stays in motion, something at rest stays at rest kind of thing. So, the workouts have increased, but my schedule, like with the kids and the sports and we're just bouncing from their sport thing to my sport thing to their sport thing. But I almost feel like that keeps my energy going because I don't have time to think about how tired I am or,
Right.
I don't know. I'm tired if I work out. I'm tired if I don't. So I think that's just
Right.
a part of being an adult and having kids.
Right. Right. I was not, I will say yesterday I ran 4.5 miles. And when I was done, my watch told me I was recovering. So I
Oh,
was not happy about that. I'm like, come on. I ran, but clearly I wasn't working hard enough.
did you get the runner's high?
I never get a runner's high.
I was hoping
Ever.
in a recovery
Ever,
run you would.
never in my life. Nope.
Huh.
I
That's
keep
Oh,
I
interesting.
keep I keep trying to get it. I get what I believe is the runner's high when I swim,
yeah.
which is yeah, but I never running. Distance running, I'm just like, when can this stop? So maybe one day I'll hit it.
Yeah. I think my favorite, like I bounce around from like which one of the three are my favorite. And right now I'm really enjoying running. I have no idea why. Like I don't have a good reason. It just feels good right now. My knees feel good. My legs feel good. I ran the furthest I've ever run in one session in my whole life.
You
Like
did.
this
You
week.
just did 15 miles, right? That was
Yeah.
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah.
That was
So
awesome.
and I felt like I could go more. Like I had to physically stop myself because I was like, that's not in the plan, April. You're going to screw up the rest of the week if you keep going. Like you don't need to do the
Right.
whole
Yeah,
marathon today. So I refrained, but there's something about running right now that feels really good.
that's
Yeah.
good. Well, the challenge for you is to keep the brakes on, just like you said.
Yeah.
Do what's in the plan. Don't overdo it because you feel good, because you're putting the running load is 2.5 times your body weight on each step. And the rule of thumb is only increase 10% of your running volume per week. So think about that. It's not a lot, but it is a lot on the body. And even so, what'll happen is you'll end up, your body will tell you, "Hey, I don't like this, and we're gonna stop doing this." And
Mhm.
then you got a hamstring problem, or you got a quad problem, or you got a ankle problem. So the
Where you get sick.
critical,
Yeah.
yeah, critical is to do what's in the plan and err on the side of doing less, at least now. Then you've got 10 more weeks before the actual race. I'd say in the next 4 to 6 weeks is when you really start looking at that increased load volume, and that your body will be able to handle it better. So keeping the brakes on now is gonna be the hardest thing for you, especially with all that energy.
Yeah. And I'm like all or nothing, like all gas, no, so it was really difficult to go, you just walk in the house. You're fine. Just go
Yeah.
home.
When in doubt and you wanna do extra work, swim.
Swimming is not my
Yeah.
favorite today, though. Maybe because none of my friends have been at practice. Maybe that's why. Swimming by
Yeah.
myself.
Mm.
Well, for me, it's been interesting, uh, because I've been sidelined a little bit, and since Rockford, I have not been able to run. I haven't ran one time since Rockford, so that's what, it's almost a month, 3 weeks ago, and so that's been challenging because I felt like my run was really starting to improve and come along and get back to where I wanted it to be. I've been on the bike a few times, 3 times now, and I felt good. I still got swelling in the knee from the surgery. I could talk about the surgery, but this question is more for the post Rockford training. So my body didn't like something that I was doing, and it shut me down. So I don't have a choice, and that's been really hard. It's hard mentally. It's hard physically. You look in the mirror and like, oh my god, I look like shit, and
Oh my gosh.
probably haven't changed. But it's
Probably.
your mentally, your brain is telling you, you should be out doing this. You should be running. You should
Yes.
be riding. You should, and you can't do it. So you got to find other things to do. So that for me has been hard because you guys know how I love being out on the bike and I love running. I don't love swimming as much, but I have to love swimming now because that's biking and swimming
What
is
you've
going
been
to
doing.
be what gets me through. The doctor said that our best friend, Dr. Herbanek, did the
Mhm.
surgery. He said, you'll be fine physically to run the race, but don't try to break any records. Don't try to set any PRs. Cycle and swim, and that fitness will carry you through on your run, but don't go in with an expectation that you're going to do something on the run because I might not be able to. I might be doing a run walk for the
Mhm.
marathon portion. So that's hard to get your head around too when you're competitive. And I'm only competing against me, but you still want to do good. I got a target that I want to hit, and I right now that target seems to move. The goalpost moves every day because I can't run, and I can't ride the way I want. I right now they're just light spins. I can't put a lot of power into my pedals yet. And so, we talked to Bridget a lot during her recovery on the two ankle surgeries, and it's I now have a better sense of where her head was at. She was in a funk because we're out doing things and going on rides and going on runs, and she wasn't able to do it. And yeah, now I'm on that end of it, watching you guys go and knowing that April's improving so much that I got so much work to do to even get close to her now that it's just kind of funny to put yourself in somebody else's shoes because it's hard to do when we all are that A personality go getters, and anybody that's out there listening knows exactly what we're talking about. Our Dale Mitchell, same thing. He was injured sideline for a long time, and that guy works out 4 times a day. And he's at LA Fitness. He's on his bike. He's running. He's walking. And he was completely sidelined. He was on crutches. So it happens to all of us. And, you know, having you guys to talk to and bounce shit off of has been the only thing that keeps me sane.
Thanks.
Good.
Yeah.
How are you mentally, Grace? You don't have an injury or anything, but did you feel like that lull after the race? I didn't have time for a lull, so
I did. I always go through a little you spend so much time training and focusing on something and then it's over and you're like, now what? Now what? But then this year was easier than last year for me to get out of that funk because this year I was like, all right, now what? Now we're going to recover. We're just going to take it easy. I've gotten much better at knowing like it's okay to take it easy. You can't always be at a peak. There's got to be peaks and valleys every year or you're going to crash and burn. And so I've gotten a lot better at the self-talk and all right, we know like I know how I like my year to go. So I was better like, all right, now I get to rest for a while and take it easy and not I enjoy not feeling the pressure of I want to work out every day or almost every day, but not feel the pressure of today it has to be this and it has to be this long and it has to be that. For me, an hour and a half a day is super. I don't want to say easy, but it's very manageable and everything else. So for me, it's like, all right, do whatever, swim, bike, run, whatever you want, hit an hour of it, an hour and a half, no pressure, whatever and enjoy it and feel good about it without the pressure of I have to do this and I want to hit a speed and I want to hit a target. So I've actually gotten over the sadness, the hump of, okay, what next? I'm not doing anything and I'm just enjoying what I'm doing now. And I've started lifting because that's a big weakness I had is my strength. So now I've started lifting and I'm just, yeah, trying to enjoy the downtime. And I think Chad and anybody recovering from an injury just has to like, you got to change the mindset
Mhm.
and all right, this sucks and I can't hit it 100%. at the moment, but, a lot of self-talk, you'll be back at it soon, and you'll
I
do
love
great. You'll come back better.
Yeah, I love what you just said though, about we're all about in when we're in training structure and sticking to the workouts and am I hitting my power numbers? Am I hitting my cadence on the runs? Or there's all these metrics that we try to manage, and if you that validation of well I normalized power on this ride was 190 watts or 200 watts. That's where I want to be for the race. That you hit that, and that's that validation that I'm doing something right.
Yep.
But it's sometimes is counterproductive. And what I like about what you said is just go out and do something. Move.
Yep.
Go ride without a plan. Get on your bike, go ride, or go run around the grasslands. And if you want to go get in the pool, go get in the pool. Go to the quarry, go to the quarry. But just being able to kind of explore yourself and training without training,
Yep.
exercise. I I think there's a lot to be said for that. I personally feel like I operate better under structure. So I have a really hard time, except on the bike. I can go when we go to do our 100-mile rides in preparation for the race. April and I don't have a I don't set out with a plan to hit a certain power. It's time in the saddle for those rides for me. And those are the time where you just kind of let your mind melt. And you'll see April when we do that it's a challenge. It's definitely it's hard when you do that first 100-mile ride because what's your max ride so far? 56, right?
No, like almost 65, I think.
65. So, you got another 35 to go, and that's daunting. And that when we get out there and just don't have a time goal, just have I'm going to do 100 miles. If it takes me 7 hours, it takes me 7 hours. If it takes me six, it takes me six. If we got to stop and have a bagel or a coffee, we're going to stop and have a bagel and a coffee. And it's I think those are the times that I enjoy the most is when even though I operate well under structure, I enjoy the lack of structure. I just can't
Yeah.
force myself to do it as much as I probably should. I just
And
rambled a lot.
yeah, and I admire Grace because she can do that just like how she talks about swimming, that she just keeps going and hits that swimmer's high.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that. Like I even picked up Chad the other day to go on an easy ride and I caught one of those. I cannot get the competitiveness out of me. I don't care what I'm beating. I need to win something. I caught one of those, those little signs that say like your speed, slow down. And I was like, I'm going to make this thing tell me to slow down. Like I pedaled so hard to see what the street sign told me. Like I can't do that. Like, even if it's in the middle of not training, I'm like, I need to hit this 100-yard faster than I ever have, or I got to beat Dave next to me and make sure that like I'm going back. Like, I don't know how to not, like, my brain is not wired that way.
Yeah.
My brain is
Dave
wired
next
to
to you
beat
is
Chad every day.
well, Dave next to you is sneaky fast in the pool,
Yes.
and
Yes.
when
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
he drops the hammer, and you're like, "Where did that come from?"
Yes. Yes.
So
He's asleep over
awesome.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I'm also like, I'm also worried about like what it's going to look like after Madison. So I'm so glad, Grace, that you told us we should sign up for another race after there because I was like, it's not, it's not just training for Rockford, it's training for Rockford times two now. And like,
Right.
what am I going to do on the day after?
When you're
Like,
done. Yeah. Yeah. But you have to rest. Remember, you have to rest at least the day after.
okay.
I
Okay.
can assure you the day after you won't do anything
Yeah.
because
I bet.
very good stuff.
Yeah. So tell us about, so we were off last week and we did do a podcast for two reasons. One, it was the holiday, and two, Chad had surgery. So how did surgery go? What did the doctor say? How bad is it? How quickly can you get back? Tell us all the stuff.
So Dr. Herbanek, who, as I already said, he was a guest and he's awesome. He did the surgery, did an amazing job getting me in quick. We got the MRI, and he knew right away, even before the MRI, that I had a torn meniscus. We got the MRI results back, and I think he was on vacation actually too. But he texted me and he's like, "I got the results. Definitely got a tear. Definitely need to do surgery. Jordan, his assistant, will call you to we'll get you scheduled." So they got me scheduled for July 1st, which was last Wednesday, so a week ago today, and went in for the surgery. The MRI results, I'll start there. You know, when I had I in 2023, I tore the meniscus in my left knee. This was in my right. It was pretty straightforward MRI. Everything checked out except for this little. It was called a flap tear in the meniscus, and he's like, yeah, it's no big deal. We'll clean it out. You'll be back at it. Well, this one there was a little bit more going on. There's some cartilage damage at the femur to the knee joint that I read in the MRI results. And so he went in and did the arthroscopic surgery, cleaned out the meniscus, and he did some of the cartilage repair. And when I came out of it, I was a little out of it, not coming out of anesthesia. He's like, I definitely didn't like that cartilage in there, so we got to keep an eye on that. And he said, well, he thinks we'll be able to manage it, but there's some deterioration in the cartilage, and it has to do with the way I run. So it's the inside of my femur, and I overpronate when I run. So
Oh,
I hit on my outside of my heel, and then I roll in,
and
and
Oh.
that
I
kind of
get
messes
that.
with my gait, and I wear shoes to compensate for that. And I don't know when the tear occurred, but I think it's Grace's fault for making us do the quarry man.
The hills.
Yeah,
I think that's when my hamstrings went bad too.
the the hills in Lamont did me in. But I got to mile 10 of Rockford, and my knee was just it was swollen up like a softball. I was on fire, and there was no way I wasn't finishing. But that's the damage I think was done a month before that. So there was some of the stats was it was a 5 to 6 millimeter tear in the cartilage or in the meniscus. He said it was kind of flopping all around, and that was creating all the swelling and the pain. The swelling never went down after Rockford up until the surgery, and it's still not good. It's still not all gone. So it feels better, but I, he basically said that I should be able to do Madison in September. I'll be able to ride. I've already ridden a few times, easy spins. I've swam for the first time yesterday. I had to wait because of the stitches. I cover him up with Tagaderms. He wasn't thrilled about that, but he's like, I know you're going to do it, so just make sure you cover them and don't go in the quarry until I take the stitches out. So I promised him I wouldn't go in the quarry. So I did go in the pool, felt good. He said I'm doing the C26 triathlon camp, which is a pre-Madison course in the lake that we swim in. Couple days, it's a 3-day camp, get to ride the course a couple times and some of the run. We'll see how much of the run I can do. But he said I can do that. I just need to kind of take it slow on the run side of things. But other than that, I think the surgery went well. He's just such a cool doctor to have because he knows what we go through, and he knows that we want to get back at it as soon as possible, and he does everything he can to help us get there. But he doesn't tell you what you want to hear sometimes. Because me, I'm like, so is it okay if I do that? And my wife's sitting next to me, going, no, it's not okay. And he's like, no, listen to your wife.
Yeah, but he won't
But
compromise. Put that Tagaderm over your stitches so you can swim.
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, it's just common sense
He's
stuff.
realistic. Yeah.
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 So thanks to Dr. Herbenek. I recommend Dr. Herbenek and Illinois Bone and Joint. He's done my knee twice now. He's done Sean's knee. He's done April's husband, as we've
Hmm.
already discussed. But such a cool dude. So thanks, Doc.
Yeah. We got him on speed dial. Let us know if you need
Yep.
help.
So enough of my drama. Thank you guys for asking. I know you guys are always checking on me, and it was funny because Bridget, I saw April and Bridget over the weekend. Linda and I stopped by, and Bridget has been texting Linda nonstop since the surgery. Like in the surgery, I don't know if she was updating you guys, but I'm like, Linda's like, so yeah, I was talking to Bridget. I'm like, what? Bridget who? So yeah, so that's awesome that you guys checked on me. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we can't lose a member. Like, we got to keep it moving, man. It's no fun when you do this
That's
stuff by
right.
yourself.
No, it's definitely less fun. That's for sure.
Yeah. Grace isn't going to compete with me, so I got to beat somebody.
That's right. Well, I'm gonna do my best. I'm working on the swim. I'm coming for you on the swim. I'm just throwing that out there.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
I can use paddles and pull buoy, right?
No, no, I don't think Iron Man lets you do that.
Uh,
So Grace and Chad both did me dirty this week, and we're like, "Hey, you want to sign back to back?" I don't know what you two were thinking. Grace is like, "Here's a link for a race. Let's sign up." Chad's like, "Here's a link for a bike race. Let's sign up." And I was like, "I have no self control. Okay, let's do them all."
yeah.
We're doing
So,
races. I don't even know what races they are. I just need to show up on 2 new days.
well, my race is strategic. Grace's race, you can see, I'm hesitant on the Grace race because of the injury on the last one, but
Yes.
I think I can manage that better now, especially on that course. So we'll start with Grace's race.
Yes.
Grace wants to do the Naperville half
We're gonna do
marathon
the
in
Naperville
October.
half marathon. Yep.
Wait, and
And
give Grace some
that's a
credit.
big
Hers is also strategic.
Mine
yes.
is strategic because I've been feeling so crappy on my longer runs. Once I hit
Mhm.
like 5 or 6 miles, I'm trying to figure it all out. So I'm like, that's my focus right now, strength and running. So I figure sign up for a half marathon. And now in another couple weeks, I'll start training for that and we'll see how it goes.
And you'll do great.
Ugh, we'll see.
So it looks
And
like
then Chad, what's yours?
so mine is called the Little Apple Gravel Race, and the strategy there is it's a month before Madison. So it's a 100K, 62-mile gravel race in the boondocks of Manhattan. You kind of go all the way down almost to the Kankakee River and wiggle around. You're mostly gravel. I think this race is like 75% gravel roads. So it's a challenge and it's usually really hot, but it's a really good 1 month pre-Ironman training ride for us. And it you know, you use on the gravel race, you use different muscles. You're in a different position on the bike. You're using your legs differently, and you got to fuel because especially with the heat, and you know it's dusty, and it's a cool race. I've done it. I did it 2024. I did it a month before Chattanooga, and it's just a good strategic training ride for us. So April's gonna have her first experience in a gravel race,
Yeah.
and
Grace is
Grace,
gonna
we're
lend
gonna
me a
get
bike, and I'm a
Yes.
little nervous about it.
we're gonna get Grace to sign up for the 50K.
Yeah.
I'm still recovering.
Grace.
And since Bridget's not here, she doesn't get a vote, so we can tell her she's already signed up for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Bridget can start participating now for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got that. What else do we got? We've got in 2 weeks, we got a sprint triathlon.
Oh, yeah.
I did just please don't tell Dr. Hermanek. I did not tell him that I was doing the sprint tri. We just don't want him to know that I'm going to do a sprint in 2 more weeks.
Wait, I thought you were allowed to do all those activities though in 2 weeks.
Not
I
not
am.
run, right?
And
You can run?
yeah, I can do it. He probably doesn't want me to race. And I
Oh,
may or may not have told him about this one. So
Well, you can't don't race it.
right.
I'm not gonna,
Just
and I'm not gonna put it on Strava, so he won't know
right.
unless he
Don't
listens.
race April. Do not race April.
Gosh.
Well, I can't make that promise.
Mine's gonna say April raced with Chad. He follows me too.
Yeah.
Gosh. Good thing
I
Linda
figure
doesn't
he
have his number. She'd be the first to rat you out. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, she would.
Yeah, is
She
Linda
would.
mad at you?
She's
Assuming.
over.
Are you
She's
like,
over
listen,
being
Linda?
Listen, Linda. I just see her
Listen,
shaking her
Linda.
head.
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
like, whatever, go kill yourself, Chad.
You got life
No,
insurance, right?
I do have a really funny, very cool story about Linda, though.
Okay.
Yeah,
The team Sherpa.
sure.
April knows this because she saw it. But when we ordered
Oh, yeah.
our Zoot race kits for Rockford, and they did. Obviously, everybody knows they haven't showed up. They did show up. Now we have them, and I'll grab it and show it to the camera here for
Yeah.
anybody that's watching on YouTube. But they are the baddest of badass as far as
They're
I'm
so
concerned.
good.
April did
They're
an
so good.
amazing job
Yes.
designing it,
Yes.
and they're just awesome. But nonetheless, they didn't make it for Ironman Rockford, and we were all bummed out about it. And Linda obviously knew that they weren't going to be here. So something popped up on her Instagram for custom triathlon kits. She had a Manhattan Tri Club tri kit made for me in hopes that it
Oh,
was going to be here in time for Rockford, and that didn't get here in time. But she gave it to me like a week later, and I wore it. Last weekend with April. I'll show them both to you because I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
that's
I was like,
sweet.
see, Linda does support you. She shakes her head,
Yes. Oh,
but
she so does.
yes, but she
Yes.
supports you just as much as she tells
Yes.
you no.
Yes.
Just like Adam. Adam just ignores me now. He doesn't even, he's
Yeah.
just like, all right,
Yeah.
go ahead. It's funny. I don't know if you do this with Brett, but every time I leave the house to go do something, I'm like, you want to come bike with me? I'm going to go for a swim. You want to come with me? This one's a
Yeah.
run. You want to come with me? And he's like, he misheard me yesterday and I almost peed in my
Oh, that's
pants.
cool.
Isn't that cute?
Oh, because he said yes. That is
Well,
really cute.
I go, I'm going to go for a run.
Isn't
You
that?
want to come with me? He goes, okay. I don't know what he heard, but I heard okay. And I like my soul, I probably looked like I saw a ghost. I was like, let's go.
Yeah. I have given up asking Brett. So maybe one day again.
Maybe one
Yeah.
day. Isn't that cute though? That was so nice of her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
really
that's
cute and very nice.
Yeah.
it's a cycle jersey and
Yes.
there's a bibs that match it. But
Oh, cool.
can I get a drum roll for this one?
Boom. I don't know.
That was so good. Dun, dun, dun.
Thanks.
Is that not the
Nice.
coolest?
That is
It's so
very
cool.
cool. Is your name on the back? Yes.
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 For those of you that are not
Awesome.
watching, it has the Manhattan Tri Club logo on the front,
Yes.
the back, and on the leg. The leg looks
Yes.
really
And on the
cool.
leg.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like,
And we didn't get to wear them in Rockford, but we will all be sporting them at the Baldwin Lake
That's
Sprint.
right.
yes.
We are going to be the best dressed triathletes
Yeah,
at the
right.
Baldwin Lake Sprint Tri.
Whole 1 hour we're running.
Right?
Yeah.
So lots of good stuff. And, Zoot,
Yes.
Zoot and, we had some challenges getting the stuff. They made everything right for us. And
100%.
they really did an amazing thing. And
Yes.
Yep. And they
so
look
we will
awesome. We also
definitely,
did run singlets too. So for just like our
Yep.
run ones that we have some really cool tanks. So super excited to see those out on the race course.
Yep.
Yes.
So we will definitely open up a Zoot store again, maybe this fall, once everybody gets to see these and gets jealous and wants
Yes.
them. And we're going to be talking to somebody for some cool gear too, shirts and shorts and that kind of stuff. So we got lots of plans.
Yeah. Testing out a couple different t-shirt partners. So we'll see what works out best.
Yep.
Yeah. Very cool.
So how
All right.
about local news? We had a couple of racers. If you follow us on our Facebook page, Matt Murphy did his first half Ironman in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
Congratulations, Matt.
An insanely challenging bike course.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
good job, Matt.
The hills of Idaho.
But the hills of Idaho, the one that just never ceases to amaze me is Carlos Gonzalez, man. He is the baddest of bad. He raced the Mont Tremblant in Ontario, 70.3, qualified for the World Championships in Nice, which last year he qualified for the World Championships in Nice for the full distance. This is the half distance now. So he's
Great
going
job,
back to Nice.
Carlos.
He said it was the hardest bike he's ever done in his life. This bike course is actually one of the Tour de France stages. And so it was just awful for the full distance. I don't remember what his time was. Doesn't matter. He was a world champion. He did the race. But what's amazing to me is he's in the 44 to 49 age group. I'm thankful that he'll never be in my age group. But he's a general surgeon. So he's obviously very well educated. He takes care of people. He does surgeries on people, and he finds time to train for 70.3s and full Ironmans.
Amazing.
And he did. So here's the most amazing statistic for anybody that's done a half distance Ironman or the 70.3 distance, anything. He did it in 5 hours and 2 minutes, and he was mad because he got his qualifying bid for Nice, but he was mad that he spent 2 extra minutes in transition. He could have been under 5 minutes. or under 5 hours.
5 hours.
In the first transition?
So you cut out there in what one?
In his first transition?
In his combined transition, if he would have shaved 2 minutes off, he would have been under 4.
5.
I don't know what his total was.
I don't know where
Mm.
he's going to shave off time, because the thing that I found most amazing was his T2 was under 2 minutes. Like at Rockford, I couldn't even get out of the water and straight to I couldn't even run through the bike area in 2 minutes
Right.
alone, let alone like change shoes or something. Like I don't know
Right.
how he even did
Yeah.
that. So I don't know where he's going to
Well,
shave off 2 minutes.
I know. He's a machine. You guys saw him out at the quarry a couple weeks
Yeah.
ago, and
Mhm.
he literally jumped in and started swimming, and he's just so effortless and smooth in the water. I think he did 2 laps, or he did 3. He did a third lap,
Yes, he did a
and
third
all of
lap.
us are dallying around,
Yeah, we're here for the vibes.
having water fights and
Yes. Fending off the fish.
the biting
Yeah.
piranhas.
Yeah.
But yeah, so congratulations to Carlos. He's an absolute amazing human being. He's fun to be around. He's one of the nicest guys. I can't
Yeah.
say enough good things about him.
That's
And
why we like
Yes.
gassing him
he's
up, because he just is he's just a good person.
yeah. And he's
Yes.
always super supportive of everything we do. He comments on
Mhm.
Facebook, and just awesome guy. So
Yeah.
Yes.
Carlos,
Helpful.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Congratulations, Carlos.
Great job.
So what else do we have to impart our wisdom on?
I'm in the middle of full Ironman training, so I have zero wisdom.
Yeah.
And I think I'm tapped out today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is a good show. We talked about some cool stuff, and we can end it there. But we'll be back in a couple weeks with some more updates on training. Hopefully, I'll be back in full swing by then. Maybe we can do some live stuff from the Baldwin Lake sprint try. That'll be
Yeah.
fun. We can do a
Yeah.
little live on the spot. That'll be fun. I think Mary's doing it. Mary
Oh,
Moore
heck
is
yeah.
also
Let's
doing
go.
that with
She
us.
is.
Okay.
I think Dan
Awesome.
Barr signed up for that one also.
Awesome.
Nice.
So
Awesome.
I think
we
Mary's
should
going
have
to
a
run
pretty good,
Naperville too.
nice.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes. Awesome. Very good.
So awesome. Well, let's wrap it up, and stay cool. It's still hot out there, and safe and happy training.
Come join us. We're out there for hours. Please join us. Please. Please. I
We
can only
will.
talk
We will
to
get
myself
some.
so much.
We will definitely get some group rides and runs posted on Facebook, because people have been asking, and we definitely will do that.
Yeah. I'll just post
Yep.
my week of workouts, and wherever anybody wants to show up. I mean, not the serial killers, please don't kidnap me, but please show up to run. I did run. It was funny. I did run with some, this is going to sound weird now that I think about it. Cross country team showed up at the trail I was at yesterday. So I was running with the cross country boys. So that was nice. They were actually very friendly.
Oh, that is
So
nice.
yeah.
That's
so please,
that's happened to
please
me.
They
show
were
up
but
like,
with me.
who's this creepy old lady?
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, the same thing has happened to me, but it's been
Yeah.
the girls cross country, and it's worse.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
end up, I turn around and run the other
Creepy.
way.
Yes. Creepy.
April,
Creepy.
every week you should just run out when they start running past and be like, hi, I'm back.
Hi.
Better yet, run out there like Phoebe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Can
yeah.
you pick me up? I'm just in the neighborhood over. Pick me up on your bus.
Funny stuff.
So please join us.
All right, guys. Well, it's been fun. We will
Yes.
see you guys next time.
Yep. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
So that's a wrap on today's episode of Manhattan Tri Club Leading from the Front. If you made it this far, amazing. You're officially one of us now, slightly unhinged, mildly obsessed, and probably thinking about your next workout. If you liked our episode, do us a favor, follow, subscribe, download, all the things. Send this to your training buddy who needs to hear this, or the one who definitely did everything we just said not to, kind of like Chad. You can find us on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube, and don't forget to follow along on Instagram and Facebook. All the things are at Manhattan Tri Club. You can find us there for workouts, chaos, and whatever we're getting ourselves into next. And hey, if you see us at a race, a group run, or just out on the roads, definitely come by and say hi. We're the ones having the most fun and probably talking about triathlon a little bit too much. So until next time, keep showing up, keep pushing forward, and as always, lead from the front.